but some of them, my position as an auditor man, one say we actually say
yeah.
Santa country.
Yeah.
To UPS say.
But I want to say, any ora Christian Donko and a din komo na yeba share nkoma hodwa ewo especially the New Patriotic Party. Ntina quickly me busa and say, is he a member of the New Patriotic Party? I think yeba share from 1992 eba ebi ono so ne role kakra wa play eniema odi na enie hunu party nim na fe yeba be duru ba bia ya duru eniema wo hunu san say wa hunu ba bia ofri ba for me wo hunu ba bia woko Christian Donko o join party na iye ben.
When you were in IPS, I think it's somewhere you be very active somewhere a dubu in time no now all contest no with running now democracy is starting on I think it's a muhonana ye develop that card for the NPP especially where we coming from until ye DHR but you be more active now by IPS now we started chartered accountant courses no and your guys you know near your kind of hubo near the and ye DHR may I have been a serious pulling agent when we were in school was okay President Kufuor time no say now they need tertiary institution for among with my mind until I'm be fire. Me I remember that time near Butu pa me kwa akachi.
Hey, you ko voter
region.
How they knew?
Me hu kra na ye kokoye pulling agent dem. That time not Odu size. And I know ye chairman. Until me want a certificate or the mommy as a pulling agent. Next time I do have a more certificate. Do certificate the mom true member. And seriously, but rather unfortunately say government by now. Yeah, and they in your official position be but we are here for you know being in your so what I say but we keep on supporting now beyond that so no and President Kufuor 80 years and NDC buy the NDC buy so now my friend say Akufo-Addo the din chair that time your opposition until 2016 no now mo adapt pulling agent no yes me adapt 2 police stations na me tua amuka and ma nti I know say so among certificate for recognition and at that you know so you do to aflawo for pulling agent nti aflawo me ana and also be confirm
opt for voter agent
ya minimum nkofo wo ho nti ka say amo pale ne yepenkofo akwa na ebeba no na me da voter agent nti me said that any with the reason why to be honest the reason why na amode ebia nkofo amo graduates ni ade amode kon say no say volatile area kakra nti ya na mo pe nkofo they can believe them because ordinary people they are most of them compromise certain things but when you get mature people na yi no na to compromise the integrity no nti no na me say based on that no I want to be there to us. So I've been at Flow 2016 to monitor for Akufo-Addo and he won. So and 2008 so we did that for we say President Kufuor and also make a catch it. So there's Nina so fortunately enough your mommy certificate including the adopting the polling agent and in now
do you see say after President Kufuor position in 2008 bano enema see any year who say let's cast our minds back 2008 and another Billy D party no enema see okay be run out of time or more brania and some benya flag bearer enema see okay be
from that's from time MPP Lucy 2008 bano and Sunday Nanado. Yes, I think MPP lost no. Now, fortunately enough, now say Akufo-Addo ana no aba limelight. Media no credit America. Akufo-Addo na aba limelight pa. Nti Osha 2008 no so CD Akufo no. First round say he won. And unfortunately we cross to 50 no. But one thing with MPP is near Bibia Akufo-Addo be no. if it had been any other party and call the country and call all the count we need. But the MPP was so genuine to a point to say, even at a point 1-3 or so. And when Jimmy and Fanka, they accepted the verdict. Then back to opposition. We actually monitored. Now, Osha, the kind of that time togetherness na a wohono. I think it's a boy because MPP in particular no say election competition but internally no na who large number of people contested because of the democracy and from 2008 apart from akufo-addo no we say after President Akufo-addo and say 17 people.
There were even 18.
18.
Back home because of court cases being
sanity. About 17. But that contest now was so heated. Say it didn't be cry at the Maya. So what does here? Na a crown for Sisina Ekhadrin. I'm effective party no, and I'm 2008 Lucy. But Ebano, I think it's a party needy in near Matutu Aquemua. A could do 2012 your contest here, you know. Your contest, you know, realize MPP did well, but unfortunately, and also NDC won again. That's Mahama. Whatever they did it, you know, MPP lose it. And then Akufo-Addo came again, not trust no and at 2016, and also called a contest Nibioa with the mandate now with the man, no, ye na ye din a chiana, your boy ama or dinya power at the buy. MPP came in. I mean, you saw the performance. Media, I've always said, time with that number, say the performance of Nanado for now, they may declare her as the best president so far.
Yes.
Unless in future, maybe Agyapong, a boss and entrepreneur technocrat, na Babe Sum, na Yasheni or no so be a year, and maybe you who the next decision. But for now, it is the best. And we also are Abedino. Well, media, nipa minimu dadadie. And based on what is happening here, Makasa standard Negufadu has said, you know, oh dear, you judge me right. But as they can't meet that standard, but we give them the benefit of the doubt. And so far, no, I think set a party, no, are comporting and unfortunately, 2024, we said it's a Ghana, your politics, no. If you study our political terrain, no, I will say this without transfer, especially say 8 years now, and so far MPP produce 2 presidents, Akufo-Addo 8. Yo,
the last time we did
Sabik Bugri. Sadiq Muslims. Sabik Tongo talents NDC. Baby NDC for Babu.
Okay.
Sabik.
Okay. This B.
Oh, yes. From Sadiq no munyai.
And this Sadiq.
Sadiq is Sadiq Abubakar.
Yeah,
it's a company. It's not Abubakar Sadiq. I think it's a compound name used by the Arabs or the Muslims.
Okay.
What do I say? But Sabik Bugri or Sabik Buare. It's a Ghanaian from Talisi, Tongo.
Okay.
You buy election behind this for Babu.
And if you look at 2024, Ghana, no, 8 years no matter what the performance you put across.
Across the world.
Now I say we amount for because and try especially the opposition is your and to meet damage you are to a point to say once an ordinary person and so now we were pushing say look with Akufo-Addo and the Baumiano the performance was solid but why say that you all those reactions so on that basis Nane advice say look there will be a amount for so agina tumwa. What I say, so we produce no what change certain face, who change certain face, a very small amount certain good will you bet me a wini. And he preaches and Agyapong. Send your Ghana for a say be and the uncle for chan drama. Amma Baumiani, akufo-addo home, Amma Asamunya Kono Marino. Yen change face in the Kakra. Nanka Yan Fanamra. Look, Kwesi practical or say. Nimpabana or seen anyone in say or can say into Agyapong and or just strategy and this is between the because it's practical. Oh, yeah. And one normal bomb by because like a strategy in it. Because Nippon almost any face here, you know, okay, I would now when is a new face. So until but here, unfortunately, so I went and I look at the results. And
one because. So Besha, na one man advocate say Ken Emrano. Yeah. No man say the Dr. Baumia kwa. We poto.
Yes.
I didn't see you know. Yeah. Na dia no moka.
Yes.
So Besha no moka.
Yes.
Say there be omo enim politics no. Opani ba kwa meti no woka what the apple name.
Yeah. Orange.
No, the apple. Any kwadu na example
okay
say nkoko na munyina mkwako yi na nkoko na mkwako no wa fa apple so obetime the apple and other kwaku na the other party no so ma fa kwadu so na between the two no who opportunity say obefa apple who opportunity say obesan fa kwadu but why we say the apple no na de ko na why we say obetime the apple convince for that even kwadu aprokro peche apple sanity yes utie wonu mu na eti politics na ebi na eti amanyo na se yes utie o mu eti ase pa no a yes ade ni see ya na anye nipa bebere nwan wo and all I have said so I can't say more than one time
because me can say look your performance look me na make a say MPP perform everything but what take ground so no ni control no amutwa no ama amhonya change face and it happened a political strategy but but you see it's good that the results it came in so the results na man for say say man here can enti your bad advice is going forward you know ye tia some yen grounds yes
na me campaign na me nyina say we a polling station here it's not about Ken. It's not about Dr. Baumia. It's about MPP winning power. What form they say? Why ni emfa
bra?
Mo busa mo ka kire mo mantie. Yes. Na mo ko mo na wantie dia say me aba me nkoto. No manko. So because Ghana about to na e kwa akoto no. Nipa na okoto aba no onya hwe o. Ono no de na onya. Eye ho anigye e na owo.
Yes.
Mo fa so na esimra na nkoto aba ma mo abekasa agro. Mo se ya emfa no ba. Na ya emfa na makura be chinchim mo sam makoto. No, so you cook with some of the other. So, conclude my name.
This is some of the things. Your best amount for, especially party, you for now more good top. Because you see, more top. Now, what down the advice, my young Munti Kakra. So, what I say, because you speak the mind of those, you know. And yes, sir, look, Baumia. Nice gentleman for standard, but
you're one of the best.
Yes, but the Ghana politics it go beyond. Yes, go beyond that one. And the mama the power no here. Say what the power no but so many things of it.
My friend is a political party form to win.
Or will still lead the party to
the power be bro no. I don't know. I can't say as you get I know him say your mama. Why is your mama and quite a yansan your Wendy?
Yes, sanity.
Does he get you say, or on a scout? And your friend Miko will be acquire a fundraising money per chrono. Your mama is count home. Yadisika, security and winning power. Johnson as Zika on home. Yeah. And he says, Zika on home, it me convinces security for 1 hour. We about winning power. Yes. And by no Pulusica boom, so Casa no more use. Yes. Land Cruisers and the no more use campaign. Yeah. That was more individual. That was individual. And you see, that can conclude with this. Now it comes to what happened yesterday. Look, me maka. Sadia ya some MP Fako declare
60 something.
Members are so. Okay. Boko there. Zongo Boko.
Oh, they are yes.
Zongo for 1 to our MPP.
Now, me mean Zongo.
Oh,
yeah, me Zongo said a former minister for Medina, Salaga. Salaga General Zongo.
That's how we owe Cremoni into winning.
There be no Cremoni. My baptismal name is Francis.
Francis.
And those who know me up to 6 phone call me Jackson. They're all names of mine. But you see, Mika Fanti or Habakasemi Fantini.
Kakagana Crofonti.
Mika Secretary Mika Cry. The last time we buy a call a friend. Because if you're a maintain a table, near was 6 for 1 year, but deeper in school.
Sabi, God this year, I mean, you're a Muslim.
I've never been.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, in fact, and you know, there are some fancies who use Jackson as their first name.
Yes.
But I mean, they are saying.
Okay, how's that?
Oh, Mrs. Salaga, Boniface, Honorable Boniface. Say no one now, only want to tell me.
Yeah.
Me was JHS Form 3. He taught me English. And the house idea, me ko ha, I mean, they know me.
Yeah, I'm not issue now. I didn't kofa MVP Kubwe Kessie Musaba.
SMP, Masa, Sazema will be saying me, it's no secret. But Titru was economic issue.
Yeah.
Titru, the baseline was economy. I mean, we're not listening. Look, one of the strategies of a friend said, President Kufuor. Now, President Kufuor was a man for. Yeah, dear Mogu or my animal. Yeah, Omuti Trotrom. Omuti Moano, 1 month for year, man. 8 years in summer or Muka. What do you say? And I know those people too. Minimum, you know, jubilee. Until one more Muka Sassam. My friends old mine. Medina, your coy send a no Muka. Your cook must say no Muka. Your court Tamasina no Muka. Until a boy president, a man. To 2 near Massey Bayer, a month for will be responsive to a month for. Yeah, time no, Okafia, Yenti, Okafia, Yenti. That is why we are boy. And people dear to Eyanumwasi Poto. Eyanumwasi Poto. In fact, if you are not careful, 2028, see, I'm sorry, any power. By 2032, I'm afraid whether people will be one body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid say by 2032, no, your party will be as one body. I'm afraid. Because you see, I can say, ye near bra, ye pet flag bearer. Yeah, a man for the distress. A before, one who sorted that matter yet. That matter hasn't been sorted yet. My committee, now Ghana, you know, A beside DNT, and I lose support on. It's a different matter from finding out how do we solve, say, young Crawford now, a buffona, but a DNT. Now, and any person who buffona on your opportunity to meet Ventina out, it cools down your temper. Also, your cousin is here, the partner has sorted that matter yet. I see it doesn't matter, it has sweat under the friends in the carpet. Yes, you see, I know, and me burning in our year, the flag bearer. But that's not the issue. Why did we lose? They say we lost by 2 million votes. The question is why? Have you sorted that matter? Committee report from the buyer, are they working on it? Is the party working on it? And only key. Flag bearer should be the crown. I think say there's a rush. The key necessity and the party and come by this time reconciliation within the party. By this time, your committees are quietly no be a bad day handled it. I didn't think that to say me say I party ba. Na me ba a pass air co secondary school. Na party nipa.
You know some mami's cancer.
When I heard it, I was shocked.
I
didn't see any party by any of you. Tell me you free 8 o'clock and a par. Many the then DC. Who contested 2014 by-election. This is an Aju 2. For 3 solid months. In Talisi Tongo. That's how we're campaigning. Last one we say Anaju. Man for Adano. That's the time we do door to door. And it pays. The late Agyapong Mamu said, door to door matters so much in politics. The power if you know about. And then Jinkomo. And who here pa. Na party you were a bam 1 year Juma. party nipa wenye adwuma ba o se betua sika ansana ebe de na say
Sanse me nyina yen hwe
ebe de na say
yeah ko yi flag bearer
but na market me na me ba ha de bia o Saturday bia me na me ba ha beans a bowl of beans during our time na sister Ghana who could sister Ghana kra na wonya aha yes obi say me say
ado ye beans adwuma
that be say fresh fish tilapia na me say 50 Ghana e be dru ba bi 150 still kwan so nyante here why must it be so ni nyina na me bisa say MPP you beat me the 8 years dia yo man nyina ngofo o ma bay magic be no mo o mo ni chen aye de na dollar na aba form so aye de na dollar na aba form e de no mo de aba to sise be no mo ba ya o ma ye na dollar na aba form in fact sise on to say nipa like this some relief some memoir there's some relief and you are seeing a little stabilization of prices some memoir somehow but at least compared to your last days no I think that they are making some headway. Yes, it's tuning in the heart. I will not lie to you. On my by so far, I can see. What is it? Usu sorry. Usu sorry, my wanya.
Usia manya kopon.
Only the year usu sorry, manyame. As I speak, I will be able to sort it out. 58 was 50 million. I mean, nyamane those already a chair, Master Debiano. Only part of the Kwan, I say, Ubekama, Castle, as many say, I see me Casado. Because there are instances where I oppose some of the things. Sometimes I catch up and come in and come Jubilee and fight to see that. Oh yes, you can fight to see.
Someone no advice.
Yes, you can fight to see. And then the problem you have with your vice. When you're assertive, excuse me to say, when you're assertive, what's that here? Near me, yeah, cost war honor. I said, I call General Peter Gaza, no, NDC, and you're fine. We're going to cost us power. And that's why it has got us where we are.
All right. And you want to be blue and say, or dinner.
Oh, yes, yeah. That's why it has got. And that's one of the problems that we had. MIA lose power. Yes, you vote to Dr. Baumia. What vote my friend say? Nana akufo-addo. It's going to be the same person. Meanwhile, that's not the case. Dr. Baumia is a man of his own. But and now some policies are here. You do go a causing an election. People kept saying, "Say we vote to Dr. Baumia, we vote to Nana akufo-addo." You know that kind of thing, and it costs us the election. She said, "When are we going to come back to power?" Now, end this for a way. Moka so umbe dia go bia na. What the mon try? This is original papa ye juma. Yes sir, 2028 it will be something different. It will be something different. And you know, and then I say by this time your candidate are here the neighbor no. We must watch and watch well. Say candidate Ben our grounds. Candidate Ben no bar. Obetime kan nyina bom. Candidate Ben no bar 2028 you better win power. Into what is the grounds? What are the people saying?
Power. Oh, they open power.
It's about personalities. It's about what we are listening on the grounds. And that's what we should be looking at.
You are one somehow can you are and somehow can you are campaigning for the party, not individual.
Of course, it's the party that should be in government.
So will be orientation there.
She said, because I said, party no,
almost MPP no, but why am I That's the key.
And that's what many people share. And NDC have become more attractive than MPP.
You are right.
And then NDC has become more attractive than MPP.
Jerry said,
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, yes, yeah. But my country says, party a month quietly and seriously. From constituency to picking people's sentiments.
Research.
Real research. And yet, the teachers say, people just talking and finding out exactly, and then collate the views, synthesize all these things, and they will now come out with a strategy. That's a strategic approach to our problem. And so I wonder.
Sabik.
I wonder.
Monica, so watch us a true party person.
I wonder.
It's not about any individual.
Power. My brother. Power. Say now you can value the power. My goodness.
Oh, power no. You are that is power.
That is power. And we're joking with it. I said it didn't matter. Sympathy was at stake.
A court, no. A movie crashing your open.
How can you catch $200 million?
Who could see a dime?
One see Eddie Cano.
1,000 affordable housing. Nobody could see about 1,000 something.
Now in governance, now we call in good governance, when the development of mine.
Yeah.
What you say? On mine, on mine.
Yeah.
And now say MPP, say NDC, say party be a ubu mine for the better good of the common good. And tinipa na no so ye the emfata. Or ye the M1 yinara. I say twina so. $200 million. Say yes, tell me. And $200 million. And you listen about between sides come. On money in Nara. So you do an audit and find out what has happened.
Yes.
I was saying that the state is not interested. And the says can moji or my
the state is not interested.
And the houses are getting
rotten.
But
we are interested.
But this is here
want to media. Now want to make a amount for to and say iOS. This is a demo hono. Air conditioners, no money, doors, no windows. I'm off for it. I'm off for it. Me expect this on my bus is here. They won't complete it.
Why?
And this is for me. I expect they won't complete it. But I said, let's just mine is a 200 million. What years a Brazil and these guys can say for no. Ayaka. Meanwhile, we don't know the head and tail of what has happened. And then the man, oh dear, no, he's not even been given a position, and then he's working free. That's Ghana for you,
Mr. Christian Donko. Back to Komana and declaration. I said yes, Sabiki Kane. You knew baby, as I say, I feel you pray for one a bear flag bearer, one a bear flag bearer. Even Professor Kwe report to Crown. You knew my decree womb as a researcher. How do I cause it? But Ubetiano, yes, a group we are, but yes, a group of Mamintio.
You see, the issue is, yes, identification of the problem is part of his solution.
Sanity.
So there's an Enka Michael Kwe report now, and can a very good start because identify some of the problems that
led us
to. This is what I say. But the question is that all the Nema Omuka have been able to implement them. And only as someone because we report is a very comprehensive report. In Niamabia, I recommend no. How have they been able to implement it? Media means nanka me thinking is a report on by and so on. In Niamabia, a kika let us see it clearly say it's happening in the MPP. So when we were back was a report on a secret document. Yeah.
So I know an America in a report on by we should have tackled the contents of that report.
Yes. So that's a secretary. But you see, beyond that, no. And me cry me tears MP before a press conference. On say come PP, something that borders on significant thing like this, coming out with a date. I be flag bearer near the no. Something can home from Manocrano. Say a bopa na you say BB bar meeting be bar. Ye be declare say. Me tell me tea. I say I'm more press conference be. And the press conference you did anything na. Why you see Koko yi say you the date about say die the be flag bearer. And I'm so wow. Na this time you see I'm be here no answer. And and Sunday party executives near the idea. And I sat down and question the wisdom behind it. And so many talks about between said, look, what is the strategy for coming out with that date first? Is it that maybe you want to do that one first so that the old executives now, national executives now more now I'm supervising my Faber is that the same near person supervising their corner? And he's so many for a dream baby on the kind. But me no Maka say Joseph who and not only say your tone and you go for him some tone or Baba baby or here and Caribbean come on, yes, sir. And the media Maka said, look, Sisiana said, what do you offer for contester? No matter how the circumstances say changes be bad, or they let's embrace it. A beer now is for the good or is for the bad. Until I'm down with the date now, but me say me you're too happy with it. But oh dear, I'm the aba. I must say 31st. Now beyond that, they say July, so they have a
national delegates conference.
A number of policies, changes, a lot of things. We are hoping, say, and also to Tuamu a beba. The bone of contention is that
OG to me so my expanded electoral college.
I know the first obvious thing.
It is almost one of the Unibeca police station.
I know the Albania problem. Na make us say, na make us say, amu ye bibia. Amunya in such a way say, obi to me will be meanings into that. And catch us obi skew the system not to favor. And I know you have a problem. Look, who shall be an interview? Be a catch or say the expansion of electoral college. I am one of the everybody and what I see on expecting. Some may be what I say. NDC did that and it favored them. What I say, limited number no. It gives them opportunity to minimize the Niamanania Obianya Quine, no to my and Yamanina.
The last time I know of Akwabasa Ponshia, name Bino proposer, and they said, even Justin Kodiakra, the proposer, na baby Odin Komo boiling point, no can say, Yemfa former MPs, former constituency executives, former regional executives, former polling station executives. Yamfa womunyina emra meshim.
Yes.
But I'm
expanded.
There be amofa.
But it is almost one with the mienu never can.
There be amofa.
There no a very police station level. But beyond that, no, when munyina wabo mudino, it's a proposal or more electoral college, can be expanded to reduce the incidence of TCLC can be nipa bako anya advantage. Aye the person way.
Yes.
But when no crowd my how did I arrive at that?
How did I arrive at that? What is so nice in say Obia or ye eligible party member and you can't eligible party member. Obia will register party or training dues consistent in near year, I'm willing they qualify to what that. Yes, because you see, sa yamba when we are from and on a limited number because a for and no crowd amount for advantage cry now obia unregistered party member no only nipa and now who contributions amount for
not sure say NDC for wait me do
but the issue is that NDC need who be rem crabua the electoral college is to select an internal person obedi party name into me say oba be shema okay maybe the idea is that obeti amu be shem bebia obeti ma abo amoyi obi a office ebeboa ne
sa gumanu kra me na amafo nya adwi
me I don't
yes everybody knows
everybody knows everybody
right
everybody knows everybody yes
onye ye member na ba ye be
onye na
onye member
yes me feel say can no mo no be ma amount for participation level na koso amount for go register and in addition they will pay their dues into party no betumi nya large sums of money you betumi dey aye bibia me feel said that rather than to mention specifics and we no for
account party ni bia otua ni dues
so
consistently
even come to my time like a class say obia o person will qualify to vote in selection no be register ready utia dues so na bibia you fine entia ne ye koto na se wunya ne ye say underground for no and you choose ade way and why easy to campaign so what I say and extension no there someone anya is also there and I'm making sure that the criteria they use bet me am a very wide gap I bet me am a lot more people bet me abemwa obi timi gather omu nyina ne entom na at the end of the day they vote on one line at the end of and yes I wunya a good representation on affect results
very well Sabi expansion no mama minti kakra
you see there's something ma observe Ghana. Democracy no share the two political parties no as a group as a party near form near by more we ride at the back of the party and make get some goodies we're not being scientific. The two parties are never being scientific. I've observed it. I was saying Kenya body wa Ghana to ensure also a political party. And then the chess of members near, you should have a database. Sadio Yaka. You should have a database of party members in every constituency. There's a sense of purpose. More expanded electoral commission, electoral college, you know. How did you arrive at that?
Yeah.
Those that you brought, who gave you the idea? Why they agree, say, you know, because it's a matter of stakeholders.
Yeah.
Stakeholders, and why no okay, say, no, my dear, two more, say. It doesn't work like that. I'm also a party politics now here in Ghana. I say, your former party as a vehicle, your power, penny engineer pushing for goodies. That's why it is to it. And then the party just stands there. Party database, very important. In this era, party of course of a party database, will be a tier 1 CD per month in a month a year. Will be a tier 1 CD. And you're not saying the honorable can come on, could you escape mom say, or when you enter party members? 1 CD. Yeah, but I'm for bet me at your 10 cities in a month. Because saying a baby party, you can use it to do a lot of things.
Yes.
And so, I had it. Because I'm maybe no, yes,
yeah.
Say, yeah, this first party, a database.
Yeah.
What I say, yeah, every month be wait me asset to cross every month automatically. Let's scan air from your account.
Yes.
We don't know what has happened to it. You are the part of some more IT office. You don't know what has happened. So this idea of say expand electoral college, very key because it's part of the reason why we are where we are.
What proposal are they saying?
Many proposals say it should be, you know, there must be a scientific approach of doing things in the party. As any thinking at least we should have a semblance of a scientific way. We need people with expertise to come and advise us. It can't be business as usual. The Economic partner cannot be business as usual. We need experts to come and help us to reorganize this party. The temperature in the party as Yakasa is too high.
As a party, no position a party, no, as a how power.
Do you know how it's affecting me?
Catch them.
Maybe 5 years near me near you. 2020 near Guzongo Ministry, near me near you. And this is a buy more in a maybe you. I may face here or be away. Is it this era I'm coming to get a job? And the private sector, you want away? Private sector Ghana, you want away?
Say behind this for a 24-hour economy is coming.
Is that way?
We stand over
that way. I'm okay crying. You may not tell us here because a 24-hour economy. No, can you information on Abba? To the best of my knowledge, the 24-hour economy is a private-led driven. Obi advance obi turn the phones wa. Na man for us a lie. Top phones. O must lie since morning. A boy na do 6. Next thing I'm for that you know. O ka so bepon. Now about the car. It's not government. Like almost say they facilitate. Until line no massa no motor phones. The asan. If you know the light aba, if you know the security aba, any expert. But it's not a government-led program. 24-hour economy. It's a private sector and it's a market-led a program where demand and supply. It's a demand pull thing. And society because yes, it's an idea, but how they're going to implement this reality? Say no. Omonya must and say kind. Sad no particular no man for information me about amana man for cry because 24-hour economy. Yan temunko most saying. And you see when you're in opposition, it's easy to talk. It's easier to talk when you're in opposition. When you are confronted with the realities when you're in government, you know, oh no, so okay, say, finance Mr. Kwaka say, I want the constituency say, yeah, MPP, I said I can almost 6,000 in a campaign.
Coco,
they say almost 6,000 per bag. Near yes, is you. I'm buy no, say no, almost saying.
What's one doing here?
So it's easy to talk. And to start 24, it's a brilliant idea, but its implementation. You know, Ghana. I say one to see one factory, and I say one to see one dump. Very brilliant. Yeah, evidence in a way. Where is the evidence? Say one to see one factory. North near Kaya, maybe free talent. Upper East, Upper West. Everyone say Upper East cry. I can't find a place where I say dump no. Ever why? Several purpose for which reason we want that.
One village, one dump.
Brilliant idea, but its implementation becomes problematic. This country, what we know is talking. Ghana, that's what we know. What we know in this country is kasa. Yeah, but kasa sa bibiba no be a boss enye juma no say the be ya ni ordinary Ghanaian no who be ha na say be boa ordinary Ghanaian na no control a friend say carrot. I was shocked to hear that carrot was imported from Egypt.
Oh yeah.
And Oyarifa. Carrot. In Ghana here.
Require DBA.
Baku 10 cities. I was shocked. Oyarifa na Juba 6 o'clock. Na me here and the 1212. Baku 10 cities. Na me add also where free so free Egypt. Mrs. I was say free Egypt. Ghana.
A foreign.
Unbelievable.
But I say,
no,
Christian Uncle, young enemy, Aquawiano. Yeah, young enemy, okay. Say the economy, no, because we are accountant. B minus, fetch for so more.
Oh, say about B minus. Sir, no, just any same disco. That
was last week.
I know just on Munko. It doesn't mean it's go and borrow.
Yeah, okay, anyway. Well, I think it's a
fish and normally a industry prayer. Especially they guide you when a country, you know, will go outside to make a bobby. Because when you go to international market, I'm an international market player. I say, who kwakoji adebio baby. Now this they are there to independently assess you so that they will advise the customers now who kokoji so what I say, because if you are international market to borrow I see a new beer sa you say investors never talk or shares are now bonds international I see a new be or advice investors and they say look this country this is in the position are you at risk and say who risk is what percentage interest and say we seek you for sanity. All these things you know a factor into it and our presence in our just to advise investors. So what I say now I think say Ghana because we also go international market to borrow so definitely they have also assessed us and have given us rating now unfortunately during akufo-addo time you know COVID-19 you know there were so many problems that you go through until the whole world amanonoko bobbisi na no almost suffer downgrading from suffer because now as a matter of fact now obia will liquidity challenges especially say we found to IMF near the idea because we need to IMF and how can you go there to borrow obimra and so now there were a lot of challenges so we were our downgrading affected globally now beyond that you know I think it's IMF also by there were a certain number of measures I'm gonna say if we're able to implement well your position you better be a coso until after COVID-19 we share 2023 to 2024 no urban one say measures are only two who you follow you know my say economy no now or witness certain recovery back until we shall latter this you know I think it's now your position in terms of our debt to GDP you know about from kakra because it got to a point that now you're unsustainable. Say time we have fat time for this particular topic. Now you are going to 8 power. We say modeler you used to determine whether B plus when you're winning now. Make sure what goes into that basket. To me determines one. They clear. And by and large, what I'm saying is that our debt became unsustainable because of the condition. But let's see putting measures and one a day this debt exchange program nearby and debt exchange program no be internally and be externally now you know to be honest now it's about high interest you try or bonds so tie no mka ye no you to me and make you be muji to muma you to me enya a reduced rate you try or bond into a sewi sika kakra and you call outside so and also the same thing be no cry ye no cry apart from even that may be the chain no interest no so ba form into emma yenya good physical space into osha even asset 2024 and in the economy, we share debt to GDP now. A buyer be do 61%.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Yes.
Which is very good.
Space to borrow.
Now my space to borrow, but unfortunately, I'm borrow. They maintain the status quo. So what I say. And when also buy and also no cry woman say, I'm also buying. I think they're trying to be a little bit careful about in terms of borrowing near the other and now locally enough so most of international borrowing in dollars and you to me so in dollar cedi na appreciation to me about more in terms of economic recovery I think say very stable outlook so based on that and what goes into the model you realize say I'm not surprised yet me am B with B minus with better look and what we go into but it's good for us me I will not say MPP any power and yet once you have an international agency rating you to bring your status up like this, it's very good sign for the country. To wish you, I say there is no more room for improvement. I
say Christian Donko for coming. 3 minutes.
Sisi and for can say what we are experiencing now is the policies now you're putting in place in the last quarter of the that's what is yielding the fruits. Because so far no me who the NDC through the abase you buy I see. Another thing is omashe that they are not spending.
Yeah.
What do you say? Until now me say people near wa buy. Could we have used 8 years to develop Ghana?
David.
And do you first point of call? Ni do asama ye din. So omabano they are just maintaining policies are you do go akwam and on the a brand saying results. Me pay bonne say they should try to maintain this because we are developing Ghana. We are not developing for NDC or MPP. We are developing for Mother Ghana. No be huntono. What you say? Now a month for any people, ordinary people should be able to live a normal life without hassle. And you know, Debia is also me $10. How's the dollar performing? What do you say? And it's a good thing. And a good Ghanaians. What do you say? So called drum ukuta udi 500 bedroom. You should be able to buy things enough. And a crate of egg is 80 Ghana cedis. A crate of egg is 80 Ghana cedis. Why must that be the case? Eggs, common eggs that you need in the morning. This only 80 Ghana. I mean, how can this be, my brother? And you know, you know, they should consolidate this. And I make a B plus doesn't mean they should go out there and go and create problems by borrowing. They should look internal. And that's me to say Professor Bookman of Legon say, internal now borrow. Now so far, some also borrow no so no. Gidi. It's good. So far, the NDC is doing better. But that gives us a prep. It was my dear friend prep. So what you say? It gives us a prep. How do we undo them here? For Ghanaians to know, said, we can do better. Not 2028, yes, I'm not power. I don't even know power, my brother. My goodness.
It's all about power.
Let
us say, for coming.
Power.
Production team, was say, Yanko Pondaroma, and then so a fiada. I shall say from Monday, faster Emma Bente, focus, Elecam, and faster than Monafi, and faster than so Emma Onma, a master control room, MCR, a jano, and Afi Justice, Yanamasi. On radio, Mama boy, you know, I see a tear phone, she had that one sepa. Then said, a brano, and come over, ya wait to me at tears, and your tree was actually when you had him the day, and then you did your name, I have a tray. Sabe, you know, I need me a boy, a gun and I actually. Yamea don't Nasa don't do me on Monday and Opa, Ibishia, Midin, Edia, and Mufabuachi, Yakro.